Welcome to the KIS Investing Week in Review. We had a very strange week. We were up, then we were down, and the last 5 minutes on Friday, it went down hard. And the reason I think we're getting this crazy market is because everybody's scared and nervous about the election. Will Trump win? Will Biden win? And most importantly, what will happen to my money, to my portfolio, if either person wins? So don't worry, Uncle Tony's here to give you some stress relief. You know, sometimes events turn out to be much less stressful when they happen than before they happened. The stress we're building before the election is getting reflected in the markets. It's getting reflected in your stomach. So don't worry, everything is going to be fine. Either way, Trump or Biden, the world is still here and your portfolios will still be here. And that is the theme of our week in review. So let's get to it, amigos. Let's get to it, everyone, and take a look at this beautiful chart. Here we can see in blue Democratic presidents and in red Republican presidents. And this is the performance of the stock market with both Democratic and Republican administrations. It's curious to see that the only bad stock market performances were both with President Nixon and then with President Bush. And with Clinton, the market went up humongous. With Obama, the market went up huge. And with Trump, it went up also. Not as much as he says it went up, but it went up. And we have to give him credit because he cut taxes, he deregulated, and the stock market loved all those actions. So you can see, worst case scenario, the market stays flat. So don't be scared if either party wins. Now let's take a look at this chart from Bank of America of what will happen if Trump or Biden wins. First of all, let's start to look at Biden. And Biden has two scenarios, one with a Republican Senate and another with a Democratic Senate. If Biden wins the presidency, but the Republicans hold on to the Senate, what will happen is that President Biden will not be able to do almost anything. He will not be able to raise taxes. He will not be able to pass this huge agenda that he has, and that will cause deflation. In that scenario, I think the stock market will go up big, very big. From a scale to 1 to 10, I would say between a 7 and an 8. Now let's take a look on the other side. If President Trump wins and we still keep a Republican Senate, in this scenario, I think it's the most bullish, unbelievably bullish outcome for the market. I would give this a 9.5 on the bullish scale. The market will just rip up higher, crazily higher, because the Republicans and Trump probably are going to cut taxes and deregulation some more. And I don't have any political views, but we're talking about the stock market right now. Now let's take a look at both presidents with a Democratic Senate. If Biden and the Democrats get the clean blue sweep, what will happen, in my point of view, is you're going to get a humongous stimulus. The printing presses are going to be off the scales. And of course, in the short term, this is going to be very positive for the market because you get, it's like a drug addict that gets a huge injection. The market will love it and the stock market will go up huge. But in the medium term, I think inflation, which is I think already here, even though the Fed says it's not here, inflation will start creeping up. Interest rates start creeping up, and then the stock market might stall. And the other scenario where President Trump wins the presidency, but the Democrats get control of the Senate, President Trump won't be able to do anything anything in his last 4 years. And I think this won't be as good because, they're going to be fighting for stimulus, they're going to be fighting for everything, and probably the economy will snag a little bit in those scenarios. So there you have it. Nothing bad or nothing terrible is going to happen either way in the election. Now let's take a look at the interest rates. The Fed has been printing money like crazy, and it's driving, and they're buying bonds, they're buying mortgage-backed securities, they're buying everything. And this has pushed the 30-year mortgage to 2.8%, which is absolutely crazy. And that's why housing has been so strong, so strong. You can buy a house, put 2.8% down on the interest, and it's peanuts. So this is why I think housing is booming. Housing is flying. And we can see it in the houses. There's no inventory for sale. Everything that comes up for sale is snatched up very, very fast. And now for our normal market review and market awareness. Let's take a look at the last 5 days. As you can see, the first day, the Nasdaq on Monday was up almost 4% in one day. 4, yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Then the Nasdaq started flattening it out, and finally it ended up the week very strong with 1% up, but it's not as strong as the 4% the market was up. Similar, the S&P, the Dow, and the Russell. The Russell has been the very strong market in the last 2 weeks. It's been up more than 11-12%. And now the spiders, the Dow, and the Russell had very flat weeks. Only the Nasdaq had a very positive 1% week. Now let's take a look at the year. I keep looking at this and I still can't believe it. The Nasdaq is up in the year of the COVID 35%. People are paying so high premiums for growth. Nothing is growing except technology, and people are paying up humongous amounts, crazy amounts of money to be involved in the FAANG stocks and in technology. The spiders, the S&P 500, are also up huge, 8%, and the Dow and the Russell are flat for the year. As you know, I always like to take a look under the hood and see what happened inside the S&P 500 and see who was weak and who was strong. Once again, the energy sector, the ugly duckling. Energy is down 50%. People have no confidence on the recovery. That means the demand for oil and fossil fuels are going to suffer. And once again, after a few weeks of taking a break, technology, the XLK, is back to its winning ways, up 2% for the week and 32% for the year. Now let's take a look at the FAANG stocks. As you know, Google was the lagging FAANG stock because everybody's worried that the government's going to attack it and try to break it up. And they might attack all of the FAANG stocks and try to break them up. But I think this week Google had a lagging return because everybody thought, oh, which is the FAANG stock that's the cheapest? The cheapest was Google. Cheap, I say cheap in a relative way because all these stocks are so overvalued, it's crazy. So I think people were buying Google to make up for its dismal return. As you can see, Google is only up 17% for the year compared to Tesla, 425, Apple 60%, and Microsoft 40%, Amazon 77%. I mean, these numbers are just unbelievable. People are paying anything to be involved in this name. Now let's take a look at our anti-bubble positions. Anti-bubble positions, if you are new to the channel, are positions that I like to have on in order to protect our money, to protect our portfolio. And when we get inflation and the dollar starts devaluing, you know I like to buy commodities and gold. But right now, something strange is happening in the last 10 days. The US dollar is getting a little bit stronger, maybe because the uncertainty with the election. And I think we only have 3 places to hide if you want to hide your money to the election. The safest would be SHY, which is the short-term Treasury bond ETF, SHY. Then, as my second favorite, I would buy the TIPS, which are treasuries also, but based, they go up if inflation goes up. And my third favorite position right now before the election is XLU, because the utilities provide also some safe haven in case there is a lot of uncertainty. If the dollar starts devaluing again, I would want to get back strong into gold miners, into all sorts of commodities, corn, etc. Also, I like real estate, XLRE, but not now. Be patient. The election is only a couple of weeks away, and we have to be ready for anything. And if you want to be protected until the election, put your money into 1 to 3 year treasuries. You'll be fine, and there's plenty of opportunities to go around when the election is over. Thank you very much for watching the Week in Review. As a treat for everyone here, I want to give you guys a free course that I've been working on for 7 months. It's the 9 proven steps to becoming a millionaire. If you click on the link below, you will be able to sign up for the 3 video course for free. Hey, let's do it. It's free. Also, if you like the way I trade and you want to use the same trading platform that I use, please go ahead and open your tastyworks account, also on the link below. Now, what should we expect this week? Number 1, reduce your stress level. As you can see, the market has gone up with both Republicans and Democrats. Also, surprisingly, the market has gone up more with Democrats than Republicans. So if Biden wins, I think the market's going to be fine. If Trump wins, I think the market is going to be fine. The only way the market will not be fine if we start getting inflation, because inflation makes everything bad. Inflation makes yields, interest rates go up. The Fed might raise interest rates, and then, everything might go down from there. We have seen bad earnings, market goes up. COVID, market goes up. Everything makes the market go up. And remember, don't worry and be ready for next week. Good luck trading, everyone. And you know it, you gotta risk it to get the biscuit, baby.